All right, I'm going to show you another method of looking at parasitic drain. This time is with a parasitic drain switch attached to the battery. This is a GM product, and it has the old side post battery. Really, there is no way that I know of, at least repeatably, to be able to place my meter in series while maintaining electric continuity between the battery and the cable. By taking that cable loose and removing it, I can't with any repeatability put my meter in series there before this thing loses its connectivity or continuity. So rather than attempt that, and again, every time I lose that continuity, I'm liable to be waiting 20 to 45 minutes or so for everything to go to sleep. So prior to actually doing the test, then we just installed a parasitic drain switch. All right, here's the battery. Here's the parasitic drain switch. Now this switch is pretty easy. It's a little knob there. Tighten it clockwise like I'm tightening it, and it will close the switch. To open the switch, I just move that counterclockwise. Now again, looking from the knob side. Now the nice thing about this, I can take my meter, set them to amps, and then I can go ahead and just place my alligator clips on either side of the switch like so. Then when I open that switch, you can see that I've got a draw about 1.7, almost 1¾ amp. All right, so next step here, we're going to start to remove fuses one at a time from our UBEC here, the under hood distribution center. GM doesn't seem to have quite as stringent or as well, by the numbers, if you will, system on removing these fuses. I tend to pull the large fuses, the maxi fuses first. If I have a decrease in my drain, or the drain goes away when I pull in the maxi fuses, well, then I'm going to go ahead and see what other fuses that maxi fuse delivers power to, and that'll narrow down some of the fuse pulling that I may have to do. So I'll pull from here. All right, here's a big 30 amp fuse, no drop. Now, some manufacturers will tell you that when you remove these fuses that are hot at all times, they want you to leave them removed until you find the draw. The reason being is that if you remove one of these fuses that are powered all the time, and it happens to be sending power to some type of control module, when you put that fuse back in again, you're going to wake that control module up, and you may have to wait some time before it goes to sleep also. So I'll leave that kind of up to you. I prefer to put it right back in again and make a mental note there of if my amperage changed or not. So far, no changes. Nothing. Okay. So none of the large fuses, the maxi fuses, caused it to decrease. So if I wanted to, I could go into the the power distribution to see what circuits these maxi fuses protect, and then I could skip pulling those fuses. Okay, or I can just yank these fuses out one at a time and find the problem. So depends on how much time you got, how good your schematics happen to be. All right. So anyways, I would go through and I would remove these one at a time. I'd be looking for the drop. And hopefully, it's just a single circuit causing this. Now, in this particular case, I do happen to know what the problem is, so you get the idea of pulling these fuses. I'm going to jump right to the end of the line here. All right, notice that removed the majority of the parasitic drain. We're down to maybe 10 milliamps. Let me change my range. We go back to milliamps. All right, so it looks like I'm at around 8 to 9 milliamps. I put that back in again. It comes back up. All right, so I know that this particular fuse is giving me problems. Now, how do I know what that fuse is? Well, if I can take a look at the box here, that is my fuse right there. It says cigar. No problem. Now, I'm going to go to the wiring schematic. We're going to look at power distribution, the wiring schematics. We'll see if we can't find that particular fuse and what all it protects. All right, here's the first page of the power distribution from that Chevy pickup truck. We'll take a look, the under hood or the UBEC. Here's my fuse, my cigar fuse. Now, this page is not telling me what that fuse protects, so I go to the next page, and it just so happened with this, when I did the next page, there's the page that came up, and this does have my cigar lighter fuse there. Now, we take a look at that cigar lighter fuse. Zoom in a little bit more. You can see that it is protecting the cigar lighter, but it is also going to pin 16 of the data link connector. Okay, so let's take a look and see what the problem is. All right, so what we have there, data link connector, and I happen to have, again, a breakout box, data link connector breakout box, plugged into that, and again, I've got a light bulb being powered by pin 16 and grounded at pin number 4 of that data link connector. So that is the problem in this case, and again, I installed that for the purpose of the video. If I could not find anything that was being powered, at least obviously, by that data link connector or by the cigar lighter or the auxiliary output, then I would have to do some digging in the wiring harness. Chances are real high then that someone spliced something that is obviously drawing power then in that circuit. So again, if I saw nothing obvious here, then I'm going to unfortunately tear some of the dash apart to trace that wiring. All right, that's all I've got for this one.